Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I have several headlines that I'm going to show you today. So here we go, some tweets and different things. To start out with, and this one happened a few days ago, but I didn't get a chance to, do something about it. And as a conservative Christian, this one very much interested me, that Christianity Today came out with an article. It was an opinion piece that was talking about removing Trump and that any good Christian would want to remove Trump. Well, I've got news for you, folks. I've known Christianity Today for a very long time, and it was started by Billy Graham. And it started out as a very conservative publication. But since the mid-2000s, it's not been conservative. And it's been moving farther and farther left all the time. It was really concerning to me that to the point where I didn't even pay attention to it anymore. Because it really was not reliable when it came to Christian truth anymore. And it has become quite liberal. It's very left-wing Christianity, and it takes God and molds him into the vision that they want him to be. And it seems like many of the people that are starting to write for that only believe in the parts of the Bible that they like, that fit their idea of who God should be. And that's very concerning to a conservative Christian like me. So I wanted to point this out, that Trump had tweeted this because Dan Scavino tweeted this one, and this is an article on Fox News that Franklin Graham came back and said, now wait a minute here, folks. You're using my father's name for, to support removing Trump? That's just not right. So this is Franklin Graham's tweet, and he sent it, at Christianity Today magazine here, released an editorial saying President Trump should be removed from office, and they invoked my father's name, so I felt I should respond. Yes, Billy Graham founded Christianity Today, but no, he would not agree with their piece. He'd be disappointed. And then there's a link to a Facebook page. I'll put the link to this tweet down below so you can read that, because I think it's very important for you to understand that. And he said, I hadn't shared who my father, Billy Graham, voted for in 2016, but because of the Christianity Today's magazine article, I felt it necessary to share now. My father knew Donald Trump, believed in him, and voted for him. He believed Donald J. Trump was the man for this hour in history for our nation. Okay, so there you go on that one. And I wanted to just point those out to you so that you would understand, that was one of the reasons why Trump tweeted this out. Thank you, Franklin, because he wanted that cleared up. And again, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying that true Christians could not vote for Trump. They could not support him. Well, I'm a true Christian, and there is no way that I can't support him because of what I've seen him do. And I need to remind everybody that God doesn't use perfect people, because you know what? Perfect people don't exist. We are all sinners. We all do wrong things. We have all rebelled against our Creator. And so if God only used people that were perfect, the only person he could use is Jesus Christ, because that's the only person who has ever been perfect. So remember, you've got David, who was an adulterer and a murderer. And you've got St. Paul, who stood by and helped. He was hanging on to the coats while all these men were stoning Stephen. I mean, these people were flawed, hugely flawed, but God used them anyway. And that's the important thing, right? That you got to keep that in focus. So when people say that, no Christian could support Trump because he's done this, and this that's not biblical, well, I've got news for you. We all sin. And when you start throwing stones at somebody else, you're in big trouble. So I wanted to point that out to you. Again, I just felt like I needed to say that. And then the next thing I wanted to point out to you is this. Because 2 days after they impeach Donald Trump, what do? Nancy Pelosi turns around and sends him this letter In their great wisdom, our founders crafted a constitution based on a system of separation of powers, 3 co-equal branches acting as checks on each other. To ensure that balance of powers, the Constitution calls for the president to, quote, from time to time give to the Congress information of the state of the Union. In the spirit of respecting our Constitution, it irritates me when they all come off all holier than thou. We're abiding by the Constitution. Then turn the articles of impeachment over to the Senate, woman. Sorry. Okay. Enough of a rant. Let me go back to this. Okay. In the spirit of respecting our Constitution, I invite you to deliver your State of the Union address before a joint session of Congress on Tuesday, February 4th, 2020 in the chamber of the U.S. House of Representatives. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, yeah. So that's just so arrogant, and she's pretty much dictating to him when he will be there. Now, I'm not going to show it to you, but Devin Nunes posted a letter that was supposedly from Trump, which it wasn't. Okay, it was a joke. But it spelled some pretty nasty letters down the front side, over on the left-hand side of the letter as you read it. So I'm not going to post it because it uses one word that I don't allow on my channel. And so anyway, but it was pretty funny to see it. And I'm sure that's probably how Trump felt when he got this letter. But anyway, so that's, I guess, when the State of the Union's going to be, unless he decides he wants it on a different date, which I could so much see happen. And if you remember a year ago, the whole hullabaloo about the State of the Union, there was, the bickering going back and forth because at the time, everything, the shutdown was going on, and it never ends. They just keep bickering. And she really seems to forget that they are 3 co-equal branches. 3 co-equal branches. So, they do not have more power than the executive branch, but they're trying to make it seem that way. And right now, it seems like the Democrats in the House are kind of deluded into thinking that they're more powerful even than the Senate. So, I don't know. They have delusions of grandeur, I guess. So let me go on. This is another one that I really want to point out to you. And this is, this Wendy here, just an anon. But, a lot of these people have 20-some thousand followers and everything. And I just wanted to point out what she had to say here. Justice Collier, the head of the FISA court, that's the FISC, the FISA court, was told face-to-face by Admiral Rogers, NSA secretary, that fraud had happened on her court in October 2016. Representative Meadows told her in 2017, and Nunes twice in 2019. Since 2016, she ignored them. Now she announced her retirement. So, interesting. And then she goes on and says, AG Barr's interview with Fox, he questioned the court. Trump posted a tweet asking if every case that started in the FISA court that was obtained fraudulently should be thrown out, forced Collier to finally take action in a desperate attempt to save her legacy. Yesterday, she ordered the FBI to disclose every case the corrupt DOJ attorney that changed Carter Page's email and demanded that his misconduct be brought to the Bar Association for review. Judicial Watch discovered that her court never actually heard any cases, but just rubber-stamped them. So I thought you would be interested to read that. And in case you're not familiar with it, there's actually a statement they came out with, and I have not had time to process it. It's the holidays and things come up, and the chronic fatigue syndrome's been really biting my butt lately because I've been doing too much other stuff, family stuff. So the energy levels have been kind of depleted here. But here's the document this is dated April 26, 2017. And this is a statement, a memorandum, opinion, and order from the same woman, Rosemary Collier. And so this is 99 pages long. You can go through and read the whole thing. And it tells basically what was going on, and it does state it. So it's not like this was something new. They've known about this for a long time and yet not done anything about it. So I did want to point that out to you. And then I wanted to point out that Devin Nunes has a podcast. I did not know this. I really did not. But you have a few things going on here. I haven't even had a chance to listen to them because I just found out. So it was on Twitter. I just saw it tonight. Anyway, I'm in the process of listening to this one where not only does this guy, he was speaking at a group, and let me show you. Here's what the crowd looked like. So it was not a small group of people. It was a lot of people. And they were all cheering and everything and cheering Devin Nunes. Another thing, and again, all these links are going to be down below so you can, check them out for yourself. And then this Dan Bongino show had an interview with Devin Nunes. Now, you have to understand that Nunes, for the last couple years, he's not been able to say much because in 2017 and 2018, he was the chairman of the Intel Committee in the House. Then in the 2018 election, starting with 2019, he was then the ranking member. So he has had access because this position put him on the Gang of Eight. And that means that he and the other 7 members, which 4 are Republicans, 4 are Democrats, they get to see classified materials that the rest of Congress can't see just because of their position. And so he had access, and Adam Schiff had access to material that they knew, but they couldn't tell the American people. And this was the problem that was going on, that's been going on now for 3 years. They have had this issue where Devin Nunes knew stuff, but he couldn't say anything. But now that the FISA report is out, a lot of the stuff that he couldn't say is in the FISA report. So now he's much freer to talk about what was going on. And this interview right here with Dan Bongino, now Dan Bongino has a normal show, but this is a little bit different. He does like interviews every so often. I think he's trying to do maybe one a week or something. I don't remember how often he's doing them. But this one particular was just Saturday night, and I'm recording this on Sunday night. So this is a very good one. I think you would like to listen to what Devin Nunes has to say there too. And this one as well. He just seems so much, almost more relaxed because he is now freer to speak about things that he's known about for a very, very long time. And again, it was a big crowd, so it was really good. So those are the things that I've got for you on this one. I will have something very special for you on, I'm hoping, December 26th in the evening. So if you're not doing anything, maybe keep an eye out. I'm going to try to get something posted about it, but I don't know. There are a few things that have to fall into place first, but I think maybe it's going to happen December 26th in the evening. So that's what I've got for you on that one. You'll find out. It's something special, and again, I'm just hoping I can get everything worked out for it. And for those who are still sticking around, one of the reasons that my chronic fatigue syndrome is really kicking in is because, first of all, I'm trying to make like 65 gifts for family members. And so that is taking a lot of energy. Plus, this is wrestling season. And I don't know if any of you are fans of high school wrestling, but my family loves it. And my mom and my dad really do. Unfortunately, my mom is not in the greatest of health, and she's not able to attend the wrestling meets. But my dad is still in good enough health that he can do that. So he's been going to the wrestling meets, and I've been staying with her. So, to keep her company, and just in case she's had a few falls. And so we want to make sure that she's not by herself. So that's one reason why I've been so tired and everything. Plus, I'm also working on editing my second book. And so there's just a lot of things happening, and I'm running out of steam. Our Christmas isn't until the 29th, so I've got a little bit more time to work on things. But we'll see. And I really hope that the 26th pans out and I can do what I want to do there. So anyway, that's what I've got for you. And I want to thank you for stopping by. And I'll see y'all later.